So I'm working from home today, as you can tell by my outfit. And I don't have any client sessions, so this gives me a lot of time to catch up on making YouTubes, TikTok, Instagram. Also, I do need to get the dog out to the park. She's obviously wanting attention. And what else? It's wild how quick these days go by, though. It's already 1 o'clock, and I feel like I've barely started, and I already have to pick up my kid from daycare in like 3 hours. But I'm also catching up on some client testimonies with my program Alchemist. So I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about this today because it's really, really cool. I just finished my landing page yesterday for Alchemist. It looks so much better. And hopefully it's a little bit more clear for people looking at this, exactly what I do. Okay, I just switched to my Zoom camera because it's like 50,000 times easier. But no, I had some major jumps, well, like accomplishments this week with a client, and I want to tell you about it because she initially enrolled inside of the Alchemist because one, she was having horrible nightmares, like terrible dreams, and she's never slept well. But there's also these compiling issues, like she can't connect with other people well, her relationships are really disrupted. So we get started on her. We did some channeling work, and basically, Spirit had to say that she was holding back her emotions. But when it came to me trying to get into her past lives, I was blocked. And I messaged her, I texted her. I'm like, girl, you have to give me permission to access your past lives. I can't get in. And I kept saying just a flash, just one simple little flash. And then that was it. It didn't go anywhere else. So my next step with her, I was like, well, let's do something a little bit different. Let's put you in hypnosis and see if you can see your past lives. Well, I didn't mention this little blip that I would see. She was standing in a field in a dress and there's some sort of festivity. Done. That's all I would see, which is why I didn't mention it. But as she went into hypnosis, she saw the exact same life. She's standing in a field, but she went a little bit further and she went out to the peripheral where there's like a forest. And then she knew that something happened, but then it goes blank again. Like we can't figure this out. So finally, I'm like, all right. I'm sending you over to Jacqueline. So Jacqueline is an intuitive trauma specialist, and she also does a lot of past life healing. And the thing that she's really, really good at is dealing with blocks. So what happens is that our soul will literally block people like me or Jacqueline from seeing things that are sitting within our consciousness because it's so painful. It's like the soul is like not really wanting to bring it up. But she cleared all that out and she went into that same life. So she's standing in a field. This client is in a dress, young girl. And what happened, she figured it out. She was kidnapped, and she was kidnapped by somebody that she knew. And it, like listening, they did a recording, and I just finished watching it, and it was horrifying. This lifetime that she went through because this person was stalking her. There was an obsession. And so yeah, I mean, that trauma was sitting in my client's energy and creating all this havoc. So, why is this important? It's important because it just shows how these traumas from past life really do affect our ability to connect in our current lifetime. So, here's where it gets juicy and gets really good if that's not juicy enough for you. She has slept amazing the last 2 weeks, like no nightmares. And I just sent her an email yesterday and we're going back and forth. And listen to how wild this is. So we cleared all this stuff out from her consciousness, right? And basically what was happening is because of the fact that she knew this person, that she doesn't trust people. She's kind of afraid to open herself up, but it was so traumatic. It was creating all these nightmares. So she just went to Mexico this past weekend. And she let me know, she's like, it was amazing. The whole situation, meaning being around people traveling, would have stressed her the F out before, but she said she really enjoyed it. In all caps, Mexico was amazing. And she said, yes, she's still sleeping deeply, absolutely no nightmares. She's just experiencing life from a different paradigm she didn't before, which is literally exactly the point of the Alchemist. It's the whole point. So let me share with you my screen for a second because I really want to get the point across of why it is so significant to do this type of work where you're digging into your consciousness, you're digging into your past lives, because it's not about who you were or what you did. And it's not even so much about things that happen. It's about the belief systems that have been created through these experiences. So belief systems about yourself, about the world. She truly didn't feel safe to get to know people or to go into her emotions because that's where the pain for her exists. So she's blocking herself off. So we want to switch those paradigms around within your subconscious so your 3D reality can change. So let me share my screen with you. Because sometimes what happens, it's like you hear, oh, healing, healing, healing. Like there's something wrong with you, or there's even something that's not right, or you had to have something super traumatic. It's really about dismantling these specific energies from your energy field. And if you're walking on this earth, the chances are is that you've been here time and time and time again. So we want to take a look at where that's at so you can truly step into a place where you shine and you can live your fullest. We fall into these patterns that just seem normal to us, and it's not normal. So we can address all these different aspects: life purpose, relationships, career, subconscious belief systems, trauma healing, intuition, and spiritual gifts. Anything repeating in your life, we are going to take a look at that. And we do that through channeling. So we do connect with your channelers, or I'm sorry, your spirit guides. We've had Mary Magdalene come in a lot recently. And another intuitive I know mentioned Mary Magdalene, which is funny. She said that she's been coming in a lot. Saint Germain has been in recently, giving my clients just step-by-step advice, basically, of what to do. And that's how we start the program off. We obviously do past life healing. Hypnotherapy is profound because you can get into the depths of your subconscious and see how we create these specific belief systems. And it almost switches the reality you're living in quickest because you're doing it. Energy clearing, chakra balancing, and intuitive trauma healing. Jacqueline is a powerhouse. Wait till you work with her. She hits all the core wounds and she just wipes it out. So wherever there is basically energetic scarring sitting in your body from trauma, not just in this lifetime, she goes in there and with your highest guides and angels, we start clearing that out. But I added some new stuff. I'm really excited. We have an entire library of guided meditations in there now, and mindfulness worksheets and journal prompts. So just a little extra stuff for you to bring in your conscious mind in. So I wanted to share that with you about my clients. But you know, past life healing for me, sorry, this video is really super casual today. But I figure why not? I knew I was seeing things even at a young age, but it just was something that I repressed. And it really got to a point where I was at like, there was no place else for me to go. It was like every single conscious action, keeping a positive mindset was not doing it for me. Like it was insane how much effort I put into improving my life and getting my life to move forward, and it literally would not go anywhere. And it wasn't until I got in touch with Cindy, who was also one of the healers inside my program, when she really, really turned it around for me because she saw where these energetic blocks were sitting. She saw all of these experiences in my life that created this like, oh, no, painful, don't do that. And my subconscious would drop these blocks from these things being able to come to fruition because it really did believe that it was benefiting me. So until we got rid of all that stuff, my life couldn't move forward. And the moral of this story is that, we do go through these things for a reason. I was blocked from seeing and using my intuitive gifts for so long because I did have to go through that experience of what is it like to feel like you have no place else to go? What is it like to put in action and literally have it equate to nothing? To nothing. And through the dismantling of those shadows, those hardships, the pain, the suffering, is how I was truly able to step into these gifts and to get reconnected with my soul, to get reconnected with past life healing, and be able to put it into a place where I can create some level of impact. And you can do that too. Where is your pain? This client of mine that we're just talking about, it's interesting because her current career is she's a hairdresser and she actually runs her own salon and she's career-wise very successful. But I would be surprised if she doesn't use this experience some way, somehow integrating it into her life work moving forward, because this has been her biggest pain point, her lack of connecting with other people, not feeling her emotions. She even said it herself. It's like she's not getting the most out of this lifetime, and she knows that. And as soon as we go into her consciousness, yeah, she stagnated herself. She wasn't experiencing life. She had all of these walls up. It took 3 healers to get to that life and figure out what was going on, but we cleared it out. So that's really, really, really cool. But I spent so much time yesterday on making this landing page. Please check it out and check out my little video. I think it's so good. I'm really proud of myself. But it's all about the golden Buddha, removing these layers of clay and plastic from your energy field so you can bring out that gold that exists inside of you. So I'm going to leave it at that. That's all I really had to say, talking about past lives and my client, because that was just such a huge accomplishment for not only my program, but for this client. She deserves it all. So if you're interested, I will leave the link and all that good stuff, booking, discovery calls in the description below. I will be more than honored to connect with you and answer any questions that you might have. So you have nothing to lose, only to gain. Free discovery call. I'll check you soon. Thank you so much, and check me out at my next video.